Hey everybody, it's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. Today we have our friend Amaru who spoke at the 99 Problems this morning. How you doing today?
Well, I'm trying to see over the thing real quick. Hold on. What's
We can
up?
see we can see that Spartan.
Oh yeah, I'm being forced to wear this. My girl graduated from there, so I ain't got no choice.
My girl graduated from there too.
So
So
we
I
bound.
I grad I graduated from Michigan, like we talked about on your show.
hmm
And then my wife graduated from Michigan State. My daughter is a senior at Michigan State.
mm. I,
Um,
well, I graduated from a Michigan school. Uh, it was in the state, Norix, Lower Norix, and I went straight to the military.
Hey, that's a good lead in. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the Greenwood District Studios?
Well, my name is Amaru. I live in Lansing, by way of Kalamazoo, by way of other places. I'm a professional comedian. Been stand up for about 20 years, 20 plus years. I just stick with 20. It's been about 22. And a filmmaker for about 25. Uh, Writing movies and television and stuff like that. And fast forward to now, it's time to bring all those skill traits and skill sets to Lansing in a form of a movie studio. And so that's why we are here today.
Yeah, so you grew up in Kalamazoo. Where
Yeah.
where where have you lived?
I was in Fort Foster home, so I grew up all over the place. I was
Oh
in,
no, well, yeah, that's good too. But I
yeah,
meant like after Kalamazoo, I think you went to
oh, oh,
L.A. I think.
man, after the army, I came back to Kalamazoo for a short time, deciding what I was going to do. I started the police academy, the prerequisite for that because I come from a family of cops, law enforcement, and criminals. um, so I was just following suit, just like I did with the army. But I was an entertainer by heart, and so the entertainment side kept taking over while I'm studying for the police stuff. And I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? And I just up and moved up and went to California one day with a friend. Well, we had met one day, and the next day we was going to California. It was just like that.
Wow.
And then we went. We didn't even know each other. Oh man, that's a beautiful story, but I ain't gonna get it today because it's long. But we went out there. She got scared because we got in the offender bender, and we was back the next week. I was so mad. I was so mad. But lived there. I went out there. Lived in Arizona when I was a kid for a short time, and so that's how I eventually got back to the West Coast. Because when I moved back to Michigan from being a kid, I always said to myself, when I grow up, I'm going to go back out west, and that's what I did. And from doing that, spawned everything else.
Yeah. So where were you stationed in the army?
I was stationed in Georgia, Fort Benning.
All right. How long
Fort
were you in the
Benning.
army?
A little less than 2 years.
All right.
I was infantry. Uh, it wasn't really for me, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So you got a whole family of cops, huh?
Yeah, man. A lot of them are retired. Most of them retired, but um, I didn't realize how cop deep they was until I got a little older. But yeah, that's what it
So,
was. My grandfather, even my father, he was an MP in the Navy or something? I don't even remember. But now a prisoner. But yeah, yeah, a lot. Yeah, my uncle, my grandfather, both of my uncles, three of my uncles. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
what side of defund the police do you fall on?
Oh, I call them the task too. I'm with the defunding, and I think we get hung up on words too much
Yeah, I
because
do
they,
too.
everybody know what that means. You know what it means. They just want to hang it up on that particular thing, saying that we want to get rid of police. We know what that means because if you know the phrase, it takes a village. That's what applies. That's what we're talking about. It takes a village, and then the law enforcement are just a added defense in case the village can't handle it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So having a bunch of police running around intimidating people ain't the thing to do, and they know it. They know
yeah,
it. Come on,
yeah,
man. I feel like walking around, people scared of you all the damn time. Come on, man. That's not a good feeling. That's not. You
No,
know, it's not. You know,
they
it's
know
not.
it's wrong.
Right.
We talked about that this morning. Strong communities don't need cops.
You don't.
And what you're doing, we'll kind of go back. Well, I'll talk about defund the police all day long, but that's not why we're here.
Right.
Um, but Greenwood District Studios has some special characteristics about it that really interest me. You want to tell us about that?
I think if law enforcement pays attention to what we are doing in Greenwood in regards to giving back to the community, I think they can. I think it could be a great marriage, because defund the police means exactly what we're doing. Take some of the resources and put it into the community instead of behind the badge. Because if you put it
Yeah.
into the community, get the community involved, the community's empowered now, and then they gonna want, So with our studio, the sum of it is, when we make money, the community makes money. So that means
Yeah.
there's an account, uh, just like we would have an account for ourselves. There's an account that is specifically for the community, and no one has to apply for anything. No one has to go through any bureaucracy. It's automatically money goes out, earmarked to different locations where we see there's a need, and you can
Yeah.
see the needs. Just drive down the street in an unrepresented neighborhood, and you'll see what needs to be fixed. Our goal is to fix those things to a point to where you drive down that street and be like, "Wow, they fixed that." No, not the city. We did it.
See,
And
and that's
whether
how it.
somebody needs rent paid or a new roof, we are here to do that. And if you do things like that, small little things, they're gonna want to know who did it, and they're gonna be appreciative, and then they're gonna want to keep it up. And so then they'll
Yeah.
start policing themselves. And then, when we start seeing change, then we get hope. And
Yeah.
that's all you need to create is hope. And you get that by showing change instead of having these meetings and talking about it all the time.
So I do think that we're a little bit ahead of ourselves because
Oh, my bad.
we don't know how you're making money yet.
My bad.
We don't know
Uh,
what Greenwood District
right.
Studios
Okay. So
is.
Greenwood District Studios is a combination of both my careers, which is stand up and filmmaking. And COVID and the racial uprising or reckoning or whatever you want to call it is happening, and it's disrupting everything. But it has also created a vacuum within the entertainment industry, and because of that vacuum, being an independent filmmaker, we can fill it. I have the connections, we have the know-how, we just needed the facility and some a little bit of financial backing. Uh, and it is going to be self-powered by the community because we're doing it in steps. Now, you hear movie studio, that doesn't mean we're going to go right in there and we start shooting some stuff. First, we're going to go in and renovate it, and then we're going to work on the outside of it for next summer, which is our drive-in program. We're going to do 21 weeks of drive-in movies, of movies that we don't ever get to see for long in the theaters. Maybe Love Jones or some Dead Presidents or something like that. Some
Yeah.
black folks want to see in the theater and on the big screen. And so we're going to do that next summer, and those revenues will finance the production aspect of it, the thing that we're going to do inside. I mean, we're going to do comedy shows. We're going to do a show based on a QD, a comedy show, a 30-minute comedy show based on the yes, QD, Quality Dairy. We have somebody who works there who can't wait to tell some stories, and from being a Quality Dairy customer, I've seen some things myself, and it needs to be on screen. So we're going to do that, and it's going to involve a lot of the youth. A lot of the youth want to get involved in the things that they see on TV, and they just jump right in it, not really knowing anything. We can educate them. We're going to show
Yeah.
them how to produce, how to create, how to do all that, and own it. That's the most important thing. They can own it, and then take advantage of that ownership. Teach them how to be share owners instead of sharecroppers in this business.
I've had music studios now for 5 years at the Fledge, and I've been fighting these kids coming in and downloading beats they don't own from
Right.
YouTube, putting them in their songs, and then they don't own anything when
Let
they're
me tell you a
done.
story about that. Let me tell you a
Yeah.
story about that. I had a young man come to me a couple years ago and wanted to do music, whatever. And I said, yeah. So he came from Minnesota, spent a couple days with me. and I he had been my third experience, in working with a youngster in this day and age and figuring out what they are doing. These cats don't want to put in the work. They just taking a beat off the internet and putting their voice on it, and then throwing it online, and then calling themselves an artist, and then wonder why their song don't last long. Because
Yeah.
you, there's if you put in the work, you can hear it. You can
Yeah.
hear the quality. You can hear the artist. You got to put in the work, man. You got to put in
Yep.
the work. You got to
Well,
put in the work.
I think that like an opportunity like you could potentially be given a kid. So I got some kid at my studio. He wants to learn how to be an engineer. He wants to learn how to be a producer and make beats and all of that. And maybe that fizzles out. Maybe his
Right,
parents
right,
or someone says, "No,
right.
you're not going to do that. There's no opportunity there." But if he's looking
That's
at a
that.
job with
That's what we.
you,
That's what we changed that.
yeah,
So we announced the studio, and a lot of times you see something that come out and be like, "Dang, man, and you already involved in something. It's here already, and all the opportunities are gonna get snatched up." That's not the case, because we're not going to start production until next September. So now you're hearing about it. What I would do if I was a young person, I would go and see what everything that a movie studio entails, all the
yeah,
jobs and everything, and start looking for one that fits me, and start studying it. Get YouTube videos, take some classes. You can ask me questions or whatever the case, but you have time to get that dream job. So you
yeah.
got
And
to put it in the work, and
there's
we'll
gonna
train
be
you.
there's gonna be a link to your Facebook page and your
Yes,
websites and all that
yes.
stuff. And as more and more comes along, we'll put that in the comments below
You'll get
too.
once our
So
website is launched, you'll get everything you need to know: submissions, jobs, all that. That's going to be our hub for information on a black-owned content producing studio in Lansing, Michigan. This is history making.
uh,
This is going to hit national news. They are excited. People are excited about this. We're
the
getting some guidance from Tyler Perry Studios, and we have some experienced folks from Hollywood on the team already.
yeah, when you and I can't remember who said it's like we knew each other forever. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
told you
yeah,
this morning it's like 5 years, but it's only been like a month or a few
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
And when you came to me with this project, and we started talking about these pathway careers, and you talked about it being a black-owned studio, and I started thinking about, man, we're gonna be able to get people of color into programming and film
Yes,
and editing,
yes.
and
And
then
we
it
have
really,
we have we have the resources in this town to do it.
yeah, we got a lot of skills. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Yep.
need salt water to grow
No.
these skills, right?
No.
But the thing, that black and brown owned studio, see, these movies are a voice, right? And their
Yes.
art and their
Yes.
culture. And
Yes.
when they're controlled by white people, you don't hear about Greenwood District
Nope.
Studios. You don't
Nope.
hear about, what happened
No.
in Tulsa and all of
No.
that.
And that's the
So
thing. Greenwood is named after the district that was burned down in Black Hollywood in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921. And so that's why we named the studio after that. And we're also going to do a movie of the week and a movie of the same name, so that you get the history behind it. We're also going to have one of the theaters inside a miniature city, a miniature Greenwood district
yeah,
of the stores that were burnt down for historical value and tourism purposes.
yeah.
So yeah,
So super important. It gives black and brown people a bigger voice, another voice, a voice that has been way underrepresented.
underrepresented.
Um, and
They
if you
don't have to
don't
be there.
have,
You don't have to be there. There's no need for remakes. There's plenty of stories out there.
yeah,
We're just getting overlooked.
yeah. So this is exciting to me. What do you do every damn day to push this needle forward to make this happen?
Uh, I make sure something happens every day. I don't care if it's Saturday, Sunday. I'm an old school. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning. This is my mindset. I found out how Will Smith got Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and it was in the middle of the night. He was invited over to Quincy Jones' house. Quincy Jones pitched something to him. He said, I'm with it. And plus, he was in financial straits with the IRS. But he was like, I'm with it. And they made it happen that night. He said, okay, get your lawyers on the phone. And by morning, the pilot was set up. That's how I work.
All right.
If we got an idea right now, I like to call it. I work like white people. White people in the industry make it happen at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's me. That's me. If it needs to be done right now, let's do it right now. So we'll worry about the particulars later. But let's make it happen. Let's get the ball rolling right now.
Yeah, I think you sent me about 15 text messages last Sunday. So I work on Sundays too.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to get that done, something done, and we got it done. I think
every damn day, man. Every day, get something has to happen every day.
That's how this show started. We decided at 10 a.m. we were going to do it, and did our first show at 2 p.m. and kept doing them ever since.
Yeah, so, I'm still here with you. Yeah. How you
doing? So, are we taking a break from the interview, or are we good?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
He's just taking a look at the car or whatever, just getting in on the other side.
All right. So yesterday I had Nicole Dungy on our show, and every time we have someone on the show, they can ask a question of the person on the next show. So her question to you is, how are you doing the outreach to recruit Black, Indigenous, people of color to the studios?
I keep it simple. I belong to like 200 forums. I'm a moderator of like 2 or 3 of them with over 300,000 members. And so I get the word out there. I just put a word out there for some web developers this morning, and I got like 90 friend requests right now. I didn't ask for the friend requests. I asked for the web developers.
But you're gonna get some web buddies.
That's right. But I word of mouth on the street. If you see me on the street, say something. I don't care. Info at greenwooddistrictstudios.com. So when we make this announcement, which is hopefully in a couple weeks, everybody gonna know about it. Everybody gonna know about it. There's gonna be a big announcement made with Delta Township as well. And you if you don't know how to contact us to get to us, it's something wrong.
So you said Delta Township. We got to give a quick shout out to Fonda
Shout
Brewer.
out.
She's been a big fan since the beginning, I think. So
that's my. I'm gonna have to name her something right now. That's my board of trustee bae.
We'll put that as a hashtag.
She cool as hell, man. Like we met. I think I'm her brother now, something like that. You gotta ask her. I think she said I'm kinfolk. So I'm supposed to stop over today, grab some greens or something like that, some collard greens. I need $5. She's coming by tomorrow to show her daughter the Fledge. So I'm trying to hook up with Amanda. It's funny. I met Amanda and didn't meet her. I was at Penny's birthday party. Her mama, Amanda's grandmama, and she was there the whole time. I took pictures of Amanda and didn't know it was her. And then sent her mama the pictures, and still didn't realize it was her. But she's a very talented young lady as well. She's a writer. And I'm trying to get one of her shows from her. And maybe, we'll convince her, sooner or later.
Yeah, that's, I was going to say that too. We need that talent around here.
Yeah, we sure do.
So,
sure
and
do.
If my old friend Frank Brewer is listening, I am talking about your cousin Fonda. So Frank and I go way back too. So tomorrow I've got a guy, James Hayes, who runs something called Art with Friends, and him and his organization give away art supplies to kids who can't afford them. And we're not talking about like crayons and coloring books. We're talking about really high quality brushes and paints and
right,
stuff.
The equivalent of people giving beans and beets away. where they donate food.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I
The
got you.
spice pumpkin
Right,
can.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of that. Uh, what do you have a question for James?
How can I help you, James? How can I help you be successful? That's my first question to anybody that's doing something and they need something, or to get ahead or whatever. What can I do for you to make you successful?
And I love that question. You're the first person. You're number 27 on the show, and you're the first person to ask, "How can I help you?" Everyone else has been curious about something like what they were doing or whatever.
I want to
So
know how I can help you.
I always turn this on my guests too when they ask the question. So how can we help you?
Well, let me. I'm gonna give you an anecdote, a story about that. I just met somebody the other day, and it turns out it seems like that we're doing similar things. He's
Yeah.
doing it on the other side of town. He's not necessarily opening up a movie studio, but a comedy club situation and some other stuff he wants to do. And as we were talking, he seemed discouraged that the fact that he was like, oh man, we doing that too, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but in my mind, I'm still thinking, well, how can we work together?
Yeah.
Because we both black, we doing some things that can benefit the city. I don't see this as any competition. I see this as an opportunity to network. And how can I help you be successful so that you stay around, even though I'm open? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to put you out of business. We can work together to have a
Yeah.
conversation about what direction we want to go with this, that, or third. But he felt like you could tell by the conversation that I was going to be some competition and this, that, or third, and that we can't, you know. So
You
how can
you
I
know
help you?
that competition, that's for the basketball court, that's for the football
Right,
field,
right,
that's not
right,
for what we're trying to do, not
right,
solving problems in the community. I mean, it can be so restricting, so limiting to think of, a competitive situation when it could be a cooperative one. Because
right,
to me, as soon as you said that, I started thinking, all right, Regal said they're closing all these
right,
theaters. What if you two get together and take
right,
over the
right.
1,000 theaters and you do
Yo,
this in every city?
yo, we just came from another car lot. We was test driving a different car, and even the dude, the salesman, I was like, man, well, yeah, we doing the studio thing over here. We would like to get a brand new one and this, that, and the third, but it's just not right timing right now. Blah blah blah. But I'm looking at this. You say that you moving this down the street, and he's like, yeah. So what y'all doing with this? And he was like, I was just thinking about, y'all could turn this into a lot. I was like, yeah, we could actually build like little towns and cities here to shoot at. The brother, he was with me. He was like, man, I'm gonna get you the information on who to talk to about that.
Yeah.
So and then one of the salesmen said he
See?
used to be a one hit wonder back in the day. Gave us his song, told us about it. We looked it up. Like, yeah, he was a one hit wonder. Like, yeah, we can do a remix. you know, so man, it's all kind of talent here that we could utilize that are not being utilized, and it is our mission to find those people and put them on the map.
Yeah. I thought for sure you were going to say he was a comedian because
Oh
it
no,
seems
hey,
like every time
he
I turn
said
around,
somebody.
there's lots of comedians.
Well, he said there was somebody in there that should be a comic, and he was trying to hook him up. He was like his agent or something. He was like, "Yeah, there's a guy in here. He should be doing stand up, man." I was like, "Here we go. He about to tell me a joke." But he was pitching somebody else. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna get him your yeah. I got your number now. So people are excited about it, man. And it's and
Yeah.
it's good to see that in their face when I tell them about what we're doing.
Yeah. It's a very exciting project. I'll be asking James tomorrow how we can help him. Uh, oh wait, you never told me how we can help you though. You didn't
I
answer
mean,
that.
just like the page. Go to the Greenwood District page and like it and share the shit out of it. That's how you
All
can help
right.
us. That's
All
how you
right.
can
Let's
help us.
get some eyes on this project. Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
thank you very much for coming
Thank
on the
you.
show. Don't quite leave
Thanks.
me yet.
No, I ain't
Um, Everyone out there, subscribe to the Fledge's YouTube channel so you can see more interviews like this. Every Damn Day airs every damn day at 2 p.m. We had our 99 Problems, but a Pitch Ain't One this morning. The next one is a week from Sunday. We'll put more details out. Amaru, anything you want to take us out with?
just just I know things are hard right now.
Crowded in here.
Huh?
It's crowded in here for you to come in loud.
Oh, I ain't gonna
Maybe
come in
you
live.
put your mask on.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people.
Um, I'm being in the corner like this. Just make something happen every day. I know things are rough right now, and it's hard to not be negative and fall into the negative. But if you just focus on what you're doing and work on something every day, you're gonna get through this. We'll get through this. We'll get through it. And if you need help, ask somebody. Ask somebody.
I'm honored to know you. I'm glad I met you. I love your project. We'll all go out and do what you're advising us to do. All right, sir. So I
Yes,
hope
sir.
you have a great day. Good luck
too,
with that
man.
car situation, and
Thank
I will talk to you soon.
Love you guys.